Evan Campbell with Nintendojo, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Skylanders Giants. So I want to make this a little different in the fact that I'm going to be giving you my point of views as a 26-year-old, so I'm basically telling you what I think about the game as someone in their late 20s, early 30s. And the game is obviously meant for younger children or kids probably around the up to 14, 15-year-old range, or parents with their kids. But I do not have any kids, as you can see, and I am someone who just lives with my girlfriend and my dog who just jumped by. So the first thing I want to bring up, I'm not someone that's really big into figurines or statues, but at the same time I can acknowledge that the figures for Skylanders, and you can see the 4 I have here before me, really high quality. I mean, you're paying a premium for the game, but I'm pretty impressed by the level of detail that you get on them. And then obviously these are the regular figures. The Giants are the new ones, and being bigger there's even more detail. Tree Rex, which this one's called, there's for the tree trunk, I mean, pretty good minute details on these statues, which is pretty cool. So obviously that's something that would cater to younger kids, but the big thing that you can do with these that people really like, that is pretty impressive as someone, I didn't play the first game, is just the fact that you can use these to implement in the game. So you can see the portal of power that was before me on the screen. There's nothing on it right now, but you just take one, like we'll take Tree Rex, and then if you'll show it on the screen, even as I'm getting closer, I put Tree Rex on, and he is now in the game. Obviously a bigger can move around. Say I want to put someone else on, out of these 4 characters, Jetvax, my favorite, put him on, and just within seconds, basically, a new character's put in. So I mean, that's the main hook. Focusing on the game though, a lot of people I think give credit to these games being successful just because of the marketing and the figurines, this gotta collect them all mentality. I think that's sort of a disservice to the game. I'm about a third of the way through and find that the game's pretty entertaining so far. I would say it's somewhat basic, especially for someone in my age range. But I've been playing it co-op with my girlfriend Brandon, who's filming here, and I think that's the way to play. I can't imagine myself, if it was just me playing this game, that it would enthrall me enough where I would continue playing. I think that the statues and everything would entice me at first, but it's just a little too basic a third of the way through for me to play by myself. But playing co-op, definitely a lot of fun. It's pretty relaxing. I would say that the game feels a little slow paced, and let me just give you an example of that as I put Jetvac on. As you can see, as he moves around, there's just not much speed to the game. Now I'm far enough along where I've upgraded, so by hitting Z on the remote I can fly around, but it's still a slower based game than you would probably expect for this RPG light, almost gauntlet-like experience. But other than that, I mean, that's one of my main complaints. There's a couple of other things. I also have the 3DS version, which is single player, so I'll really have better insight into how the single player holds my attention on a next video I hope to do about the 3DS. What I did find frustrating is that this portal of power, which is plugged in through the USB port, it will not work with the 3DS. The 3DS actually has to use a separate portal because it used the infrared sensor on the back of the 3DS. So I planned on playing the 3DS one using this portal, and then noted that I had to get out the 3DS portal. So it's a little frustrating that it's not more seamless, though at the same time I realize there's probably not too many people that are buying the 3DS and Wii versions. But overall, entertaining experience at its base. I would recommend though, at least this far, my gut feeling is you would really want to play co-op if you're around my age range and play games a lot, because I think there's other single player experiences. But if you have co-op looking for something lighthearted, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, even though that this is more geared toward a younger audience.